Before I start, let me just greet everyone. I would like to see all of you. I say good morning. I am Mrs. Meera Anand. Basically, I am a passionate teacher, a facilitator who tried to make things easy with my due experience. So this is what I would like to suggest that this is basically this session is not to teach you and to tell you because you're already quite experienced. The only thing is maybe I'm going to show a few PPTs to you, out of which, in case if you can just take one before leaving your room, the way where you are sitting, and then you can just inculcate one or two habits in case if you find that you already have but you are not aware of them. So that is the basic aim of today's session. I have started my career way back in 1993 with NIT, and I remember then at that point of time I I went to Chennai. There was a place, if I remember, that is what is that, Chennai, where I have been to. I don't know. I'm forgetting the name of the place where we had SEED, School of Employee Education, and where they used to train that how to take classrooms, so student management skills. And after being there for 2.5 years at NIT, then telecom was upcoming when I joined Escorts Group, and also took a long gap of 9 years in between because of my personal priorities, and then came back again in to join Bharti Airtel IT Park Chandigarh. And thereafter, there I realized that it is important that I think my basic, you can say, passion is towards teaching. So let me go back to the industry, academia, where I need to meet so many people, and I joined Bullseye, where I actually got an opportunity to meet so many teachers in various colleges, around 42 colleges I visited. That was a wonderful experience, and now today I'm actually a freelancer associated with various organizations where I'm imparting my experience with all of them, and also gaining lot of knowledge because of diverse experience of different people. Fine. So I welcome all of you, and I think we are here at Shanmunathan, and this is a college, engineering college. May I know, can you just make it quite bright to see them all? Hello, everyone. I think you can all listen to me very clearly, because my clarity in the voice needs to be there, so at least we can talk to each other. That is on the, at distant places. I welcome, and this is why are we trying to, what are we trying to achieve through this session? So can you connect me to them so at least I can have a word with them?
Hello.
What do you think? What we are trying to achieve? Because effective classroom communication. So, what do you think? Why we are here? We are already aware that how to take our classes because we are quite experienced. Still, we would like to have such workshops. Why?
Still, we need to improve ourselves. We need to do the changes in our effective curriculum implementation strategies, and this is why we are doing such a program.
You mean to say that it is important that we should keep brushing ourselves with what the time demands, and we should keep also brushing our skills in case we already have that gift which God has given us. We need to explore more. We have to have more exposure towards all these things. See, in case if somebody gives you gift and you don't open it, of course it's a quite insult to the gift giver. It's exactly same way when the God has given us so much potential in us, maybe we have not explored it to the fullest. So this is, I think, these are the platform where we should explore ourselves to the fullest, so we can give and deliver the best. We should not be teacher, we should be inspirational teacher. That is more important.
Yes.
Do you agree? On
Yeah,
this?
I agree.
And we all should believe, because that is why we are here, and we are going to be here for another 1 hour. And it's better that in case when we move out from this place, and also that you are sitting in your rooms, and once you move out, it is important that you should carry some action plan with you. towards the end of the session. That is most important. That is my objective of coming here and taking on our session here with you all.
Okay.
Thank you. And let's start with that. See, if you notice this PPT, generally I don't believe in this. I call it as global boring. Like global warming is similarly global boring, because when you start looking at PPT, till the time if it is in a synchronized way and coming one by one slideshow, maybe you start feeling sleepy. So it's better that we should talk, and moreover, it's a communication session. Then we have to communicate more rather than looking at PPT. But still, sometimes we need to just show that what we are doing. हम यहाँ पे कर क्या रहे हैं? Why we have put all these posted here on the wall. What is the reason behind it?
You have more points to discuss.
More points to discuss, or are we reminding ourselves? Post-it कब लगाते हैं मैम बोर्ड के ऊपर? We are reminding ourselves. I think we already know about so many things, and maybe back corner of our mind it's there. The other day I was reading that conscious level of mind actually study or in capture what that is a 4. I can say that is 40 bits per second. But on the other hand, it is unconscious mind. It actually 11 million bits per second it process. So there are so many things in unconscious level of mind rather than what in the conscious level of mind. And we have to bring there are certain things which are there in subconscious level of mind to the conscious level, so that at least we start inculcating them and we should start implementing them in our day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Fine. So we must be aware about so many things, but maybe we just have to remind ourselves. And that is why I have another why we are opening this eyes wide. हम क्यों खोले जा रहे हैं इसको? क्यों खोल के रखा है हमने? This PPT is for what? And just engage somebody else also. If they can come and just explain, or do you have a mic where you can just
You asked to don't have external mic, and they asked to have only this mic. That's why. Because
okay,
of
fair enough.
technical
Okay,
problem.
they can come in case if they want to say something. If any one of them would like to just give some answer, and they can easily come on the dais and they can speak to me.
Yeah,
Is it
if
possible?
anyone wants to speak to you, let them come here and speak out.
Yeah, please invite them, because why these eyes are so wide? But isn't anything double eyes showing and double face, and why it is like this? It seems to be quite. Basically, we know so many things. We know so many things, but we are not aware.
Yeah,
Awareness is the thing.
because
That is what again I'm reiterating on the same point, that we are actually missing on what we know. We already know about certain things, but we are not aware. So we need to be aware about certain things. And after awareness, knowing is, of course, it says that knowing is powerful. Obviously, knowledge is quite powerful, and but at the same time it needs to be implemented. Fine, knowledge भी है, आपको सबसे पहले तो remind करा रहे हैं हम लोग. And number 2, we need to be aware of the knowledge what we have, and the knowledge finally needs to be implemented. Once it is implemented, then only our goal will be achieved. Fine, that is the objective of today's. So you already are aware about certain things. And effective classroom communication, today we are going to start with. And the first thing which we know is that what actually you need to out. We will not going to see on these tips that how it will going to help us. Basically, I would like to suggest few things. Let's talk about the milestones what we are going to cover. First thing which we are going to cover is that we have to manage our anxiety when we are entering our class. Fine. The first and the most important thing, you can jot it down. Maybe we are going to talk about it, and after that, I'm going to talk about that what kind of things which you have to take care while discussing. Can you just put focus on that? There, so at least I can talk to them better. Yes, that is better, because once I can see you all, I can talk to you in a better mode. And is my this thing okay? Okay. Because how do I just? They are looking at me, of course. Okay. Fair enough. And so most important thing is that in case we need to manage our anxiety before entering the classroom, we need to know that how we are going to manage our anxiety level. And after that, how we have to make it quite effective, our communication, when we are going to, you can say, we need to know about that what conversational language is all about. We need to be spontaneous, we need to be structured. So one by one, we are going to just take these points and we're going to discuss. Number one, we how to manage our anxiety. Do you think it happens? How many of you feel that you are anxious when you are entering the class? If you can suggest, how, if you can just tell, because what I read, I'm going to give you the data later. But first of all, I'm just asking you, once you enter the class, do you think you feel anxious about certain things in your mind? Not about the class, not about the curriculum, maybe about certain other things. कुछ ना कुछ वरी रहती है माइंड में हमेशा, कुछ ना कुछ, there's some problem somewhere that okay, you are entering the class and you are having some worry or some anxiety in your mind. Has it happened?
When we enter the class, we'll be feeling to just to finish the portion.
Of course, there is some anxiety every time. And 85% data says that 85% of people say that yes, they are anxious while they enter the class. But I am surely that 15% must be lying, because everybody for that matter, and they must be feeling that why they are saying that only 85% feel that they are anxious about it. They are actually anxious because there are so many things in their mind at that point of time. So, how to manage our anxiety? First of all, this is the most important thing which you have to take care. And for that, it is very important that only once your anxiety level is under control, then you can deliver your I message as I message only to your class. Fine, it will not become the you message. And here I don't have people to maybe volunteers also, where I can tell you what do you mean by the I message. I message, have you noticed it? Have you ever played Chinese whisper during your childhood time? Chinese whisper, when you whisper in your somebody's ear and they have to travel with that story, and towards the end of it, the message that comes out is different from the message which you have given initially. Have you tried this ever in your lifetime? Chinese whisper game. Have you ever done that? It means you are actually whispering at somebody's ear, and then the second person is carrying forward to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and finally towards the end, you will find the story which you have delivered initially has not totally changed to something else.
Yeah, the answer will be lagging.
Yeah, that is what. That is actually what happens, because your I message, the message which you have delivered initially, definitely became what? The you message.
Yeah, and
Fine?
you fine.
That should not happen. When you are delivering lecture in your class, it is very important that whatever message you would like to convey, that should be taken as that message only by students. Fine.
Fine.
So that is how you need to know. Okay, shall I just give you? Do you have paper and pencil in your hand?
Yes, ma'am, we have paper and pen.
I'm going to just make you feel that okay, draw something and then you have to show me what you have drawn. Okay, let's see, because here I don't have. Mm, okay, we'll start with the instructions. Please listen to my instructions carefully. Everybody has to do it. Then you have to show me also. Fine. So what you can do, just write it down. I'm going to give you instructions, and those instructions you have to listen, and then you have to draw accordingly. Fine.
Fine.
So shall I start with instructions first?
We can start, ma'am.
Yeah. Are you all ready?
Yeah, we are ready.
Okay. Draw a square. Draw a square.
Draw a square.
On the top right vertex, draw a triangle. On the top left vertex, draw a rectangle. Then you have to bottom right vertex, you have to draw an oval shaped figure. And on the bottom left vertex, you have to draw a circle. From the middle of the square, you have to draw an arrow which is pointing towards north. Can I see what you all have drawn one by one? Please show me like this on the screen. I would like to see who will become Kaun Banega Crorepati, Maine Crorepati. Let me see. If you can just show me, and then how you have drawn those things. Let paper be moved. Can you just show like this, and so that at least one by one, maybe you can collect everybody's artwork, and then you can show me near the camera. Can you do that? One volunteer can do that. So at least this is going to help us. Tamil Nadu. Munathan. Effective classroom communication. See this wonderful. Next. और सर आप बताएंगे दूसरा वाला. Show me another page. This thing artwork, not one by one. You can just collect all registers and come. Otherwise, it will take too long. Now you have 10. So 10. See what you have drawn. So if you can show others also while going back. Same instructions, but different kind of solutions I'm getting, or maybe I can say different kind of interpretation of each communication. Lovely. This is also different. Arrow nahi bana sir. Arrow is not there. Arrow is missing again, and also one is oval shape and one is circle. That is a bit different. Here I've seen 4 figures and all 4 are different. That is what basically I would like to see. Wonderful. You are not attaching each other. तो बिल्कुल टच मी नॉट वाला सीन है सर. उसमें एक एक सर्कल्स अलग अलग कर दिए आपने सब. Wonderful. Great, ma'am. I think if you have some other artifacts, please show me that also. Otherwise, if you see each other, everybody's interpretation is different. Here, when I'm giving same instructions to all of you, if you have noticed that everybody is comprehending, everybody is actually decoding them in their own form. Fine. That is where the difference comes. Why? Because everybody is so anxious. There's something going on in your mind, and because of that, what happened? Your I message will not be taken as I messaged to the different people. Because my I message was, okay, you just have to make a square. And do you have a pen, please? You can show me the pen. And here, if you see, I have made something like this. It is going to be like this, square. And then I told you that, okay, one square, triangle. Triangle ke baad one is rectangle. And then here you have oval shape, and then you have circle. It is something like this, somewhere. It's not correct, but at the same time, have you noticed this one triangle, one rectangle, and the second one is what? One oval shape and one square. This is how you have to draw, and one arrow that is pointing towards north. And just see that everybody has drawn with this different. Kisi ne arrow nahi banaya, kisi ne kuch different banaya. This is how it is happening. So if you notice, my I message is not considered as I message to all of you. There's something different, and that is why, because in case if you are anxious, because in case if I'm going in my class, I'm not anxious because this is maybe so many times before I have taken this class. Exactly same way you must have taken the same class so many times. But to some extent, maybe I'm not asking you, I'm not giving you time to ask me question that, ma'am, what is vertex? Corner means inner corner, outside corner, where we have to put which kind of this figure. So I have not given you choice for that. I was just delivering my lecture, and I expect you to work accordingly. Fine. So first of all, most important thing is that in case if you are anxious in your classroom, please greet anxiety. Accept the fact that you are anxious. So what you can do, you can say, yes, I'm quite nervous to looking at all of you. But the only thing is you just have to be honest. At the same time, you should know how to get rid of it rather than taking your class with this kind of mood. Fine. So stop having that anxiety by accepting the fact that you are anxious and you have to work towards it. Do not avoid that situation. If you say, okay, fine, I'm not anxious, I'm perfectly fine, and but in a way you are anxious, of course, the audience, these students will come to know about your anxiety like this. So be very honest. At the same time, try to manage it. And how you will going to manage it? Number one, please make sure at least be dialogic. Dialogic means start with a question to make comfortable your own self as well as your audience. The moment you enter the class, be dialogic. Don't and do not be very formal. Be very conversational in your language. Now, what do you mean by conversational, and what do you mean by the dialogic? For example, if you have noticed, I started this class with asking a what first question. Always start class with a question. What are we trying to achieve through this session? What does it mean? I'm trying to be quite interacting with you. At the same time, while interacting, I actually break that ice because to some extent I'm expecting some answers from your side. So to make you feel comfortable, first thing in your classroom session is make a dialogic statement with your students. Fine. So here I have asked you one question, that why are you, what do you think you are going to achieve through this session? It's exactly same way you can also ask question to your students when you enter the class. Fine. That actually break an ice and they feel that okay, we are quite comfortable. We're going to rack our brain and we're going to suggest the answer to you. So another most important thing is be very conversational in your language. Conversational means, if you can just let me know, please. See, I'm a mean teacher because I believe in cold calls. Cold calls is okay. What do you think on this? So you have to be very spontaneous in giving me answers. Any one of you can just suggest me this. What do you think? What do you mean by conversational? What do you mean by conversational? You need to be conversational in your talk. Any one of you? Maybe ma'am in red sari, or maybe in blue sari, or maybe black and yellow. I think I can see you all. If you can just help me out. Any one of you can come and just suggest me what do you think about the conversational language. See, I'm sorry that you need to be a bit participative because it's a communication session, so it should not be one-sided. And I mean to be very to ask you such cold calls because this generally happens. Yes, sir. What do you mean by conversational language?
It is to interact with others.
Interact.
What I think, so that I want to uh, transfer it to others.
Absolutely. You mean to say that in case if I just get up, do you think the camera can is it can show me show them there? See, the only thing is, in case if I start like this, it is going to be very formal. If I start my conversation with students like this, see that I welcome all of you. And today's session is like this. So just see my body language. I'm closed and I'm not welcoming full-heartedly. So what I need to say, I welcome all of you. This is the way I should suggest. Similarly, this is going to be more conversational. If I talk about, okay, I'm going to talk about few points like point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. Rather than saying like this, what do I need to do if I need to be conversational? Okay, the
Like
first
as you
point,
said,
yeah.
by actions, like how we our posture also can be more interactive, I think.
Our posture also need to be what conversational. It means
Yeah.
I am conversing with them, I'm ready to talk to them, and I need to be dialogic with all of them, and my posture should also suggest all these things. In case if I'm just like this, okay, today I'm going to start like this and just see my face and just see my body language. So what does it actually mean? That in my classroom it is not going to be effective. I need to be conversational. For to be conversational, I should use pronouns. Today we are going to discuss about, okay, the point number 1, I think you can just suggest.
Yes.
Point number 2, you can read from here. Point number 3, you can also go through this. So it means you, I, we, such type of language we should use rather than only saying that 1, 2, 3. So be very conversational. So at least have that feeling of what togetherness. So most important thing is that to maintain and that to manage our anxiety level so that our I message should be delivered as I message only. Number 1, you need to be what? You have to reframe, and you should not be a presenter. You should not be, you can say, because we should not be a performer. In fact, we should respond to whatever they say. So हमें सिर्फ हमें react नहीं करना. What we need to do? We need to respond. What we do? We always react. हम हमेशा act करते रहते हैं, बार बार acting करते रहते हैं. हमें आता है, हमें okay, we are suggesting that we should not react in front of students. We should respond to them. Respond कैसे होगा? Of course, we'll think and then we'll think about the right answer and then we have to respond to them. Fine. Please see, in case if we are not doing these things, it means we are not managing our anxiety level. This is what I'm suggesting you is only because the lack of managing our anxiety. So in case if we manage our anxiety, the next step, how are we going to do it? That we have to be conversational in our language. Number 2, we have to be dialogic. And number 3, and we have to reframe our whole chapter or the lecture in such a way where we have to respond to them. So at least we should also get responses from them. Rather than, we should not be a performer. हम कोई परफॉर्म करके थोड़ी ना जा रहे हैं, कोई स्टेज नहीं. दिस इज नॉट अ स्टेज और अ ड्रामा वेयर वी हैव टू परफॉर्म एंड वी हैव टू मूव अहेड. वी हैव टू what? We have to respond. Fine. We don't have to react to them. So that is one thing which you need to know. And at the same time, if you would like to manage your anxiety, next most important thing is that you have to be at the present moment. Now, what do you mean by this? How can you be at the present moment? Have you noticed? हमने जो पहला, we have done this first, activity where you had drawn something. Do you agree with me that your message changes because of lack of communication? If your communication is not effective, not very clear, no, you have not paraphrased it well, then what happened towards the end of it? Of course, you have made something else. Somebody else has made something else. Similarly, students will also going to take different lessons from the same session which you have delivered. Okay, so you have to bring yourself to the present moment. How you will going to bring yourself to the present moment? Maybe when I'm talking to you, there are certain things that are going on in your mind. Yes or no? Being a psychologist, because I've done masters in psychology, and then I've done honors diploma in systems management also, and with a soft skill training program. And this is what and 14 years I worked with corporate. That's what I told you. I really want to know that whenever even I used to talk to clients during that time in Airtel or in Idea, I have to be in the present moment. For you, your clients are students. So you have to be in the present moment when you are talking to the students. How you will going to bring yourself to the present moment? Any one of you can suggest me some, maybe you can give me one idea that how you can be in the present moment. Okay, one activity for this, if you can just talk, in case if you can narrate the same thing with me, all of you. Fine. I'm going to talk about a tongue twister. Can you repeat it after me? Is it possible for you? If you can hear me well? Yes? Say nod like this. Yes, you will do that. I'm going to speak one tongue twister and you have to reiterate with me. You have to repeat it with me, all of you. Okay? You all have to speak loud so that at least I can hear you. Okay? Number 1, never trouble.
Never trouble.
Till trouble troubles you. If you trouble, trouble will double trouble you. What do you think? In this situation, I think nobody has said something wrong. Everybody is there at the present moment. You were quite conscious, you were listening to me, and at the same time, you never want to be wrong. And that's the reason that you always try to bring yourself to the present moment. Maybe there are so many things that is happening in your mind, but here you would like to be in that particular moment. So in that particular moment, you have to concentrate. Yes or no? Yes. You can only speak this tongue twister well in case if you are in that moment. Otherwise, if you are somewhere else or your mind is somewhere else, you would not have repeated the same things which I have spoken to you. Yes or no? Agree? when you are talking like this, that never trouble, till trouble troubles you. If you trouble, trouble will double trouble you. So any kind of tongue twister you talk, or if I talk like this, okay, maybe you can just check it up with anyone. Ma'am with blue sari to ma'am in red sari. In case listen whether she is narrating right or not. Ma'am in blue sari, you have to speak. Start from reverse counting, starting from 19. Can you do that loudly?
19 or 90.
19, 19.
Okay. 9.
Reverse counting from there to 0. Yeah.
Yeah, miss. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then 0.
See what you're saying. If you are not in your present moment, so of course it's difficult for you to repeat such even reverse counting also. Yes or no?
Yes.
But because you're so conscious that you don't want it to get it wrong, so you have to concentrate on that. That is what I want you to be. Be at the present moment in the class when you are teaching. Don't go here and there, and it means that you have to concentrate. In case if you have to do reverse counting at this point of time, so what do you think? You have to be there in that moment. You cannot move here and there. So another most important thing to manage your anxiety is that be at the present moment. In case if because don't try to be like you should not be afraid of the future consequences. What they will going to say, what they will going to talk about this, how am I going to be rated by my students? Not like this. Just believe in giving rather than getting. Are you getting my line? What I said? I said that believe in giving rather than getting. In your classroom, if back of your mind you have certain things that okay, if I'm going to deliver a good lecture, what do you think my students will going to talk about? How I'm going to be rated in my feedback. At the same time, if they are going to talk about me well, of course, principal will going to give me good appraisal. Right? So rather than having such things in your mind, so rather than thinking of what you will going to get, believe in giving and do not worry about the future consequences. Right? So be at the present moment. So presently, what you are delivering, and this and all these things, because when you are at the present, when you are dialogic with the student, when you always use conversation language, and all these things will going to help you in managing your anxiety. And once your anxiety is being managed, the next step is that how you have to take a session in your classroom. Have you understood till now what I said? Anything which you would like to ask till now, you can ask me. Is this clear to you? First thing which you need to do in the effective classroom management is to manage your anxiety. And to manage your anxiety, you have to have what? Number one?
Conversation.
Conversational. Yes, you need to be conversational. And number two, dialogic. You need to be dialogic. It means you have to use what? Question answers. Ask question. And moreover, you have to ask which type of questions? Open-ended question. Right? What do you think we have done yesterday? Rather than if you ask them, okay, have you understood yesterday what I taught you? Yes or no? They will say no, or maybe they will say yes. And you have closed conversation with them. So rather than having this kind of closed conversation, try to open up your audience, try to open up your students by asking open-ended questions to them. Fine? Because we are generally anxious, and that's the reason we try to just shorten our lecture and we try to finish our aim is not to finish our syllabus. We have to enrich. See, even HRD, if you remember that the minister, he has said that we should make our institutes knowledge dissemination. We should not make our institute knowledge dissemination centers, but we should make it as knowledge what creations, the hub of knowledge creations. We have to create knowledge rather than disseminate it. हम उसको देते ना चले जाएं because they will going to learn. See, if you remember your any professor or a teacher of past time, what do you think? They must not be too. They of course they need to be good in their technical stuff, but at the same time, they need to be very inspiring. They say, okay, I think we can do it. You can easily do it. The things which you have learned, physics, chemistry, bio, whatever you have learned till now, I think you can easily manage to do all these questions in your exam. Rather than saying that, okay, fine, I think you cannot do anything. So the person, the teacher who is quite inspiring because they can manage themselves well, and once they can manage themselves, they can definitely disseminate that inspirational and maybe you can say motivational vibes to others. So do that and be very inspirational. Okay. So there are certain, you can say certain steps which we need to follow. One is that for the spontaneous speaking, and let's see what do you mean by spontaneous speaking in class. How you can do that spontaneous speaking. If I can just ask you one question, so you can focus on them. Be very spontaneous. Do you think another most important challenge that comes in our way is what, that we feel that we are not spontaneous in our classrooms. We always have certain things in our mind. We only speak that out, and if something else that can be asked by students to us, we feel a bit nervous, or maybe we feel quite threatened, or maybe we feel quite, you can say, we are not very comfortable in giving them the answer because maybe possible because of our knowledge, or maybe you feel it as a challenge. Okay, fine, he must be testing my knowledge, or she must be testing my knowledge. That's the reason that she's asking me this question, or he's asking me this question. Fine. So all these things, step number one, that in case if you would like to be spontaneous in your classroom, one thing which you need to remember is that at least do not be do not take the questions of your students as a challenge. Take them as an opportunity. So what do you mean by spontaneous? Spontaneous conversation का मतलब क्या? What do you mean by that? Okay, if I ask you one question, um, to sir at the back, extreme back, if he can just come further, maybe he can. Sir, can you just suggest me your name with one adjective before that? What is your name?
Sindhil.
Your name starts with S.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So S, if it starts with S, then give me one adjective starting with S before your name.
I can. Excuse me, I can't get it. Please. Simple.
What's your name? Can you just
Sindhil Iladuvan. Start with S. S for simplicity.
simplicity? Okay, fine. So it is simple. Agar your name. Okay, is that what you want to say? Do you think it is bit challenging for you?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Just can you just shift this mic to somebody else also? Maybe if I want to ask some other question to them, you can just ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm just showing you that okay, you can get up and you can just be in front, so that at least others can also listen to you and also look at you. Because we are going to conduct one activity, or maybe everybody can do that. If everybody is willing and they're able to do it, and they can also do this activity. If I want to suggest that, tell me 5 wrong things in the room. For example, if I talk like this is what refrigerator. I'm pointing at fan, but I'm saying refrigerator. This is rhinoceros. I can say this is rice. And if I talk like this, it's what a television. And if I talk like this, it is I'm pointing at certain things, but I'm saying wrong about it.
Yes.
You have to tell something wrong. You have to point at something. You have to tell something wrong. Can you do that?
Yes, yes, sure. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah, why not?
This is a table.
Okay.
I'm pointing to a chair actually.
No, I can see. I can see from there.
You can see? Okay.
Yeah, I can see. You can see you're pointing at chair, but you're saying it's a table.
Yeah. And this is a stick.
Okay.
This is a mic.
Mike, okay.
And this is a notebook which I'm handing, having in my hand, right hand.
Okay.
And
And one more.
some a tree is hanging above my head.
Tree is hanging. Okay. So what do you think? Is it difficult for you to be very spontaneous?
Yes, sure. It's very, very difficult.
And even if you have to talk something wrong, still it is quite what difficult for you. Why? Because it is difficult because we are not in the practice of speaking what spontaneously.
Yes, yes.
We are always very planned. We always have stockpiling in our brain because we always stockpile. Okay, we are going to talk this next, after this next. Of course, structure is important in the class. In the class, it is very important to be structured because your lecture should be well structured. But at the same time, you should be spontaneous also. You should not take the question of your students as threat. You should not take questions of your audience as challenge, but you should take them as an opportunity to come. So please change your mindset, change your approach in the classroom if you really want to be effective. Have you understood, all of you?
Yes,
What I would
ma'am.
like to say next.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
That one thing is that you have to manage your anxiety, and the second thing, which is most important, is that you have,
Conversational.
of course, conversational. You have to be conversational to manage your anxiety. At the same time, you need to be dialogic, and you have to be at the present moment.
Yes.
You have to be at the present moment. And the next most important thing is that you need to know steps to be very spontaneous. How can you be spontaneous speaker in your classroom? This could only be possible in case you should not come in your own way, because you always want to be best. Number one, you always want to be right. You always want to be effective. If you always try to do all these things, you always get into what? A trap. Trap of what? It means you don't want to move out of it. You will not going to go for the lateral thinking. आप 24 घंटे उसी में बेस्ट होकर रह जाते हो कि फाइन वट एवर आई हैव लर्न ओनली दैट व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू सजेस्ट. Please read more, and once you read more, definitely you'll come across with new points. Maybe you have done your MSc 10 years back or 20 years back, or maybe possible, but apart from that, 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line, have you read so much what is happening nowadays? How many of you read everything latest before going to class every time? Are we doing that? Are we giving right and latest information to students? Rather than, because we have done MSc so many years back, and maybe I have done maybe psychology so many years back, about what is happening in the latest years. Are we getting abreast? Are we getting knowledge every day about our own field, just to update ourselves? It is very important. Fine. So I told you, dialogic could only be possible. You can only take all these questions of your students as an opportunity in case if you are comfortable conversing with them. Fine. So most important thing is in effective classroom communication that you need to change your approach. And approach, unki jo whatever suggestions they carry, whatever things which they have, students, don't wipe them off. जैसे हमारा विंड शीटर होता है ना, क्या कहते हैं हम लोग, विंड उसको करते हैं, दैट इज अ वाइपर. हम एकदम क्लीन कर देते हैं. So don't clean it up and try to figure out that what actually they would like to ask, what kind of creativity. Again, I am reiterating, जो हमारी मिनिस्ट्री है वो क्या कहती है आपको? The institutes where you are actually teaching right now, they are knowledge disseminators. आप disseminate कर रहे हो knowledge को. हमें knowledge creation centers बनाने हैं. We don't have to disseminate only knowledge. Fine. So this is the aim, and this should be the aim of today's teacher. And in case if you're only a teacher, I don't think so, I should tell you, but I think this is not the right profession then for you. But in case if you're a teacher, before that, if you put one adjective of inspirational teacher, then only you can create engine out of each and every student, and then they can have so many coaches behind them. You don't know. Because once it is difficult for you. How many things do you think you will get license in our country? License किन चीजों का मिलता है? How many licenses do you get? License of keeping weapon? License of what? Driving license?
Driving license?
Do you have a license for teaching also?
No. No.
What do you think? I was just noticing the other day. I said because license for driving, because we have to, drive well. Similarly, weapon, if we are taking a license for weapon, we have to keep it properly. One should not misuse it. Similarly, if you don't have, I think we need to have license for teaching also. We should not teach wrong. In Yes, if you don't know, and we should suggest something right, but we should not teach something wrong. And these are things which I feel that it is. That's why I'm saying it is not a lecture kind of a thing. It is what I feel, what I believe in, and what I keep noticing whenever I move out to various colleges, where I've noticed that we don't have any teaching license. Anybody come and okay only with the stamps. That's important. The stamp, hard skills stamps are very important. MA, B.Ed, and MSc and PhD, everything is important. But are we real teachers? Because we are, we're full of knowledge. But do you think we have a right license also to disseminate it rightly and in a right form and with a proper mood? And then only we can talk to them. And for that, we need to listen to our audience also, that is our students. So the next most important thing in our effective classroom communication is that listening. You have to listen well. For that, you need to FOCUS. What does it mean? What I said, FOCUS. In case if you want to LISTEN, you need to FOCUS. So what did I say? What do you think?
In order to listen,
Yes,
we must
you need,
focus.
yes, you need to focus. So for that, focus कैसे आया आपको? Because you were listening to me. You were listening to me. That's the reason that you can easily catch me because I am actually spelling it. आप भी spell करके देखो how it is difficult for you. Because in case if somebody is talking to you and conversing you like this, they are spelling it. Spell कैसे कर रहे? Maybe you are not good in spelling, but at the same time, the aim is not to learn spellings well. The only aim is that at least you should listen carefully. So you should not miss even each and every letter of your student. And in case if you present like this in front of student, that I am not going to miss even a single letter of your voice. Similarly, you will also going to behave like this. But first of all, you have to lead by example and you have to do like this. This is where you have to just focus. So slow down and listen to them well. And this is how, and at the same time, and just to make it more clear to you that how you have to take it as an opportunity and as a challenge, can we have a small role play here? And just focus on this. Maybe I would like to see them. Really. Okay, now here, what we need to do is there are, you can find a partner with each other. Can you do that? Each one of you, or only two can come and easily represent the whole group. Those who have not been volunteered before, they can easily come ahead and they can just show me something. I'm going to just tell you.
Can you see us, ma'am?
Now we are going to just discuss that how you will going to take any kind of activity as as an opportunity rather than as a challenge. Okay. Now in this situation, partner A and partner B, a partner A will going to give a gift to partner B, any kind of virtual gift. Maybe because right now I can just make a small thing. Maybe you can have something in your hand, or maybe you can just show like this only. It can be like this. It can be like this. It can be too small like this. So any kind of act you can do that you are holding a gift in your hand, and partner A, you can just do like this so at least others can also see you. Otherwise, your back is there in front of all. Okay. Now it's perfectly fine. Now you can see me also, and you can see others. Others can also see you. So you can have something in your hand,
Okay.
and A person can give it to B a gift. Fine.
Okay.
And you are giving a gift to the person,
Okay.
and the other person will going to open it. Of course, person B will going to open it and say, "Wow, what a wonderful gift! What a wonderful gift!" Means the name you have to say. Wow, it's a wonderful frog which you have given me, for example. So if he says frog, so of course you should not take it as a threat. The partner A should not take it as a threat,
Okay.
because whatever will going to come to his mind, he will going to talk about it, and at once, spontaneously. So he will going to say, "Oh, what a wonderful frog you have given me, FROG," and then you will now of course it's a challenge for partner A also, because A will going to say that I gave you this frog because why? because I know that you like keeping frog or small things like this at your place. Maybe something like that.
Okay.
So whatever. So see, one way is that there is a challenge for B because A, first of all, why A? Because he or she is not aware that what the second person will going to say.
Yes.
Kind of gift, because you have given the gift to the person. A person will going to open it and going to say, "Wow, what a wonderful, I can say, nail paint you have given me."
Okay.
A nail paint. Now, in that situation, you have to rack your brain in thinking, okay, I know that why I have given you this nail paint because, and because again, is a challenge for you also. You are taking it as a challenge or as a opportunity. It depends on you. Okay. Have you understood my game?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now, okay, let's, because you must have already thought. आप अपने माइंड को बहुत जल्दी से प्लान कर लेते हो कि आप ए हो शायद और दूसरा वाला भी है. I reverse the role now. Now he is A. Let's say give it to him. The mic, give it to him. He is A now. Wonderful. Now you will going to give some gift to him
Okay.
to B,
Ah.
and he will act as a B, and he will going to open that gift, and he will going to just say the name, and then you will going to tell that okay, that you had given this gift, the name he will going to say because. And let's see how you will going to do that.
I am having a mobile in my hand, so I am going to give.
So mobile, don't give mobile. Okay, you are going mobile to him, but basically he has to find out that what actually he got.
Oh,
Fine?
yes.
He doesn't know. You don't know what he is going to say.
Okay. Let us start.
Give it to him. Yes, start.
Yeah. This is your gift.
Oh wow, what a gift for me. You are giving me a laptop. Thank you very much.
So then, what you need to say?
I am gifting you a laptop because you don't have a laptop. So you are lagging in your completing your works through PPTs, etc.
Thank you for
What
the
do you
gift.
think? This type of spontaneous situation will going to be faced by you quite often in your classroom. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sure.
You're not prepared for the answer, and but you have to give that at once. You have to give that kind of spontaneous reaction to the other. Yes or no?
Yes.
Any female candidate can also come and just try this exercise. Wonderful. I think give a big round of applause for both of them. All of them, that you should applaud him, applaud them for this. And two more female volunteer can come and just do that. Let's see. In case if you have not stockpiled before, you don't ever want it to be wrong. That's the reason you always pre-plan certain things in your mind before coming here. You always pre-planned, okay, I'm going to say this, and in case if my turn will come. Fine? So don't do that. Don't do too much of stockpiling for helping us out, but don't help us too much. We need to be spontaneous, and let's see. Both of them, what they're going to give surprise to each other. Let's see. Okay. Now partner A and partner B. Partner A is green sari, and partner B is what? Blue. Yeah, blue is partner B. So A, give it to A can give to B first. Okay. A give to B. Okay, give that gift to B. Now please B, open the gift and see what actually she has gifted you.
Wow, super. What a wonderful gift for me. A beautiful sari for me. Thank you.
Okay. So why you had now you just give the answer.
I thought that saree was really apt for you. So I chose the saree for you.
Apt for you? Why? Why apt? You have to suggest why it is so apt for her.
In the sense of color, it will be suit for you. So I thought, so I will bring, I want to give for you.
Okay. What do you think? Hey, are you feeling some like what being? It's an opportunity. Don't take it as why you have asked me this type of questions and why you had given me this. So you have taken it as what? As an opportunity.
No, it's
This
it's a complete challenge for me.
It's a challenge for you because you don't know what will going to come next from her mouth.
Yes, yes.
And so I suggest you that in your classroom, to be very effective communicator, please take all these incidents as an opportunity. Don't take them as a challenge. Because once you take them as a threat or a challenge, you will not going to communicate nicely to your students. So for that, it is very, very important that you should take them as what? As an opportunity, the way it comes. Is that clear to all of you now? To some extent, that such type of bigger things that come up, because it's again a challenge for you also. Maybe you can take it as an opportunity that what to suggest, what to do. Right now, you have given sari because it is quite common for you. For ladies to say sari is quite common. But in case if you would have given something different kind of challenge, maybe you can say that, wow, what a wonderful turtle I got in my this thing. A beautiful turtle you had given me. Or wonderful pansies you had given me. Or penguin is so good. And so it is looking so nice and refreshing. Then she has another opportunity and to just give you the right answer. Right? This is how things will going to happen in your classroom when the cold calls. You don't know what kind of question they will going to ask you, and you have to give them what right answer, and at the same time you have to suggest them very convincingly. Fine, thank you. Go back to your seats, please. So next most important thing is that this will come later, but first of all, most important thing before we start is that focus. We were discussing about what listening skills. Another most important point which you have to remember is that you need to be very good in listening, in your non-verbal communication. Anxiety is under control because of your dialogic behavior and your conversational language, where you actually are relating yourself. Please engage yourself in the class and engage others also. And see, here you can also play some role plays. At the same time, you can just take their question as an opportunity, and they will feel encouraged. That okay, she always encourages by asking, by giving us right answers to the questions which we ask. So all these things will definitely going to engage the whole session so well in your classroom. So if you are doing that, it's wonderful. But in case if you are not doing that, so I'm making you feel aware of this, and please, after this awareness, start implementing in your classrooms. Fine, that is very important. So next most important thing is that please change your approach also. Don't take the questions of your students as a challenge or a threat. Take them as an opportunity. Fine. And another most important thing that comes, another most important thing that comes is that you need to have a very good listening skills. You need to listen well, and only then you can talk about, you can give right answer to their questions. Are they okay? Are they with okay? So another most important thing is that what is a, do you think, what importance is there in case if you incorporate all these things? You listen carefully, because with focus, you have to be very focused and use everyday simple words. You don't have to show that you are knowledgeable. Of course, you are technically sound. That's the reason you are in a classroom. You have to cut unnecessary words also. Do not use certain words which you are quite comfortable with. Maybe they act as a jargons. Now, what do you mean by jargons? It means the words which you are only aware of. The other day, I've been to market, and there I've noticed that they have given that, okay, fine, this is a BOGO range. So I said, I am not aware. What do you mean by BOGO? BOGO. Then a person told me that, ma'am, BOGO is nothing but buy one, get one. Fine. So this is what the jargons they were using. So except try this, that at least during your conversation, during your conversational tone and language in your classroom among your students, so make it that you should not use any jargons. Use very clear, simple words, and avoid and explain, or explain the technical words. Either you avoid too technical, and if it is technical, then please explain without any assumptions in your mind. Generally, we assume so many things that, okay, they must be aware about all these things because they've already done, first year, second year, or maybe if you are just taking class of final year, maybe they must have forgot. So it's important that we should start from the scratch, basic and one liner. See, if you have noticed that I'm reiterating certain words again and again, those things which I've already told you and I've already discussed, but still to some extent I'm also repeating them. So at least back of your mind, and it should be there, and you can repeat it afterwards once you go back home. Use acronym carefully, short words if you are using. use them quite carefully. And what are the benefits of effective classroom communication? What do you think? What benefits you will going to get towards the end of it? You have to meeting material and the emotional needs of students, and building rapport. Of course, you will going to have good rapport with students, and you have to build. Of course, the trust will be built. In case if you say that okay, fine. In case if you score good marks and you score well in your examinations, I make sure that your examination fee should be waived off. For example, if you commit like this to students, and in your classroom, if it happens that most of them, or maybe 90% of students, score the percentage which you never expected, but now because they actually got so much enthusiastic because of your tone and your trust and your rapport, and they all scored above 90%, then you have to, of course, you have to abide by the rule. At the same time, you have to commit. You're totally committed now. So to build up their trust, you have to, of course, listen to them, and you have to waive off their fees because you committed them. So in case if you take any kind of commitment, I'm just giving you an example. I'm just giving you because you can also give any kind of, make sure at least if you have shown them that kind of, maybe you have shown that, okay, you will going to get something, this kind of gift towards the end of it. So please be committed and fulfill that commitment. That is very important, that you have to build that trust and understand self. First, you have to understand, you have to manage your own self, because only once you have understood your own thing, then only you can make the other person understand what you would like to say. Okay, so understand others, understand your students better. Student retention will be there. They will definitely come to your class. Otherwise, what will happen? They'll feel, okay, this ma'am is taking a class, let's move out, and let's take a, of course, let's bunk, or let's move out and party somewhere, because the teacher is, it's quite monotonous, it's quite banal to listen to that topic. So better, in case if you build that trust, you build that rapport, and the student retention will be very effective. Referral through word of mouth, of course, if you are good, they will definitely going to spread this out to others. See, the ma'am is too good, and this is how I'm going to, teacher is good and we should attend her class or his class. And of course, you have a successful career ahead. These are benefits of effective classroom communication. And once it is there, the next is, I just want to show you this. I should have shown you before, in fact. In case if you find there's something new, and you can easily go through that seek first to understand and then to be understood. That is a very famous by Pascal. And you can communicate best when you first listen. So these are the things, in case if you feel that you lag behind all these things, so you can pick up one or two action points and then start working towards it. These principles are key to effective interpersonal communication. Any interpersonal communication, it may be among your peer group, among the teachers to maybe superiors or seniors, or maybe teachers to, you can say, students. So what do you think by empathetic listening? What I'm suggesting is that why empathetic listening? Not only listening, but empathetic. You need to know that they are coming to your class. They have not learned so much. They are still at the learning state. And you should not say that, okay, they must be, you should not assume, in fact, that they must be already aware about the whole thing which you are going to talk about. Fine. They are novice, they are new, they are quite enthusiastic, and you have to give them right knowledge. So for that, you need to be empathetic listener. You have to listen to them carefully. So what do you mean by empathetic? Any one of you? You can just focus. Ma'am with the specs, if you can just suggest, what do you mean by empathetic? Don't take it as a challenge. Take it as an opportunity. Okay, fine. I think I'm getting an opportunity to speak. Take like that.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Empathy means thinking from their point of view.
You have to listen from their point of view, that okay, what they would like to tell, what they would like to tell, what they would like to say, and in that situation, then you have to listen accordingly. You're very right that you have to put yourself in their place, and then at this point of time, with their experience, with their knowledge, what do you think they would like to? If they're asking me this, then what actually they would like to listen also. So for that, you have to listen their emotion with the complete emotions, and then after that, you have to suggest them. So empathetic listening for a teacher is very important. And other person's frame of mind, you can say other, maybe they are your students. So you look out through it and you see the world the way they see the world, and you understand their paradigm, and you understand how they feel. Right? So the way the students feel, you have to feel accordingly, and then you have to listen accordingly. Okay? The next one is that empathetic listening is a structured listening that help you develop and enhance relationship strong through a stronger understanding of what is being conveyed both intellectually and emotionally. Of course, intellectually also and emotionally also. You have to understand their emotions also. So are we doing that very often in our classroom? Whenever we go, why don't we make it a point that whenever we take a class, that we are taking class for the first time, and maybe this is the last time when I'm just moving out from the class, so let me give my the best in this class only. So and with these kind of things in our mind, if you take every day one action point, and being very conscious about these action points, then you move ahead, then definitely there's going to be a difference in your class taking sessions. Next is when the water in the pond is still, you can see the pebbles at the bottom. Drop a stone and the muddy water prevents clear visibility. So in that situation, it says that if the pond is still, if you feel that once your anxiety level is properly managed, and at the same time you can manage your students well, then only they'll start listening to you properly. So be calm and you can listen to what exactly the speaker says. Similarly, you have speaker, in your case they are students, pay attention, stay still. On the other side, because if you are going to portray yourself like this in front of students, students will also going to give you patient hearing, and only then you will hear what you have to hear. So have you realized the importance of empathetic listening? That is also very important in your effective communication in your classroom. Right? This is all. And most important thing which I would like to suggest here is that end of it, that be structured in your whole session. So you make a structure. Of course, you need to be spontaneous in giving answers, because your knowledge level should be of that level. So where you need to be spontaneous and you should not be hesitant. At the same time, do not think about the future consequences. In case if something goes wrong, then what will happen and how, what they will going to think about me. Don't think like that. I told you before, just believe in giving rather than getting. वो क्या सोचेंगे? Don't. Of course, they are audience, they are students, they are going to be judgmental, but their judgment should not spoil your way of teaching, your way of communicating. Fine. So that is important. So the most important thing is, in case if the question comes to you, what do you think? What is the structure you follow to solve that problem? Can you just focus, so at least I can just have a word with them. So in case if a problem comes, so what do you think? How you will going to structure in to solve it? A problem is to you, the next step is to problem का क्या निकलता है? You have to give a solution, and solution after that you have to give what? Tell the benefits out of it. Fine. So you have to give benefits also. See, this is what a problem was, and now this is a solution which I am giving it to you, and this is what the benefit you will going to get after this. Fine. After, of course, this is a solution which you need to, of course, you have to follow this path, and after that you will going to get benefit out of it. So this is the structured way of solving a problem. Fine. Problem, of course, you should know about the, you can ask different questions. Okay, what is the problem? So what? And now what? Now what is to be done after this? So there should be a structure of solving. So any type of question that comes into you from the student, you may ask, okay, what is the question? Tell me. What is the problem which you are facing? So what? So what do you think? So you can ask this question again. And the last way you can say what? I say, okay, now what do you think that this should be the solution? So you have to give what, so what, and now what? कैसे करना है आपको? Why? Because you have to ask also what is the problem. So any kind of problem you get, and moreover, definitely because you are going to take a cold call sessions, similarly, they will going to ask you anything. And I told you the way to just accept those challenges as what opportunity, because this will going to help you to learn more and to read more and to, of course, to enhance your knowledge, right? So these are things which I think is sufficient once you start following. And any questions if you would like to ask. And other way you can also summarize: number one, anxiety under control, and number two, that you have to how you have to manage your anxiety. If you can just suggest me what I actually just, can you focus it? To manage your anxiety, what all we have learned. Number one, you have to be dialogic. Your I message should reach to the other person as I message only. For that, what you need to do? How did you manage your anxiety? Any one of you can speak? The mic is here. Oh, here it gone out. You can just switch on the mic and you can suggest.
We should be dialogical,
Dialogical. Number two,
conversational,
conversational. Yes. Number three,
spontaneity. That is spontaneous.
yes. At the
Living in
same
the
time,
present.
at the present moment.
Yes, living in the present moment.
Living in the present. And
Yes.
then, and to be spontaneous, what you need to do?
Effective.
Effective. Yes. And you should not be what? You should be always take things as what? Not as a challenge, but as an
Opportunity.
opportunity. You have already
Opportunities.
done that. You played that role to find out that in case if somebody gives you, and then you have to think, and then you have to give wise answer. Fine. So take it as an opportunity. Okay, she has given me this, and now what answer I have to give? Have you noticed the way you have given? Okay, because she said that. Okay, thank you so much for giving me this sari. Then what you have suggested, because it is quite apt for you, and similarly the right answer to her. So at least she should be convinced. Were you convinced, ma'am, in blue sari? Ma'am, were you convinced with the answer which she had given you? She gave you sari. Why? Because when you played that role play, so in that situation you said that okay, fine, because you said it's a wonderful sari which you gave me. But then she said that I gave you this sari because this color suits you a lot. So were you convinced with the answer? Not like this.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
She said yes. You cannot.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I said, have you understood, and maybe were you convinced with the answer which she had given you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So similarly, you have to make the other person also convinced, your students also, because, and you can also ask them that is that okay with the answer, or do you need some more explanation? Maybe tomorrow again, next the other day, you can come with again a more logical answer. In case if you find that you are not satisfied, or he is or she is not satisfied with your answer, fine. But don't take it as a threat. Maybe possible they are not even aware about that answer. That's the reason they're asking you. Every time the students never wanted to test you. They really don't know the answer and they would like to ask answer from you itself. Fine. So another thing which we have learned about this is that you need to be focused while listening, and your listening should be what? Empathetic listening. Fine. You should empathize and then should listen properly. And after that, you need to have a structure, of course, pattern which you need to follow, and in your classroom, then only your classroom will be very effective. Any question if you would have, please ask me, and I'm willing to answer, because I will not take it as a threat. I'll take it as an opportunity. Any
No questions from our side, ma'am.
no questions?
From our side.
Okay,
No questions from our side, ma'am. We are clear.
we are clear with that.
Yes.
So, any action plans you have made? Have you made some action plans? At least, do you think anything new which I have talked about? Nothing new. Or is there
No.
anything new which I have talked about?
It was completely new for us, ma'am.
So it is
Because yes, ma'am. Just we went to the classes and we focus on to complete the syllabus, and just we want to tell what we had studied, or what we have in our mind. But now we are thinking that we have to be living in the moment. We should be spontaneous, and we should be empathetic thinking, and so on. So we have learned so many things from you, and it was really effective. And we will follow the things what you had told to me and told to us. And we don't have any questions to ask you, because you are very clear, and your conversation is very good. In between us, we are feel very effective by means of your conversation. And thank you, ma'am.
And I wish that this type of conversation you need to have it with your students also. So make them feel that they are there and value addition to them, because they should feel that yes, they are here for getting something new from you. At the same time, they can also get the platform to share their experiences with you. Rather than having too much pressures on ourselves of getting a lecture, because I also have few points which I would like to take, but I want that at least it should be more conversational, it should be more communicative and interactive session. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.